One of the things that we find in all cultures, in all races, is that you have manifestation of faith in God. Even if you go to the prehistory time, if you go and study the paintings on the walls of the caves, you see traces of faith in God. Maybe not monotheistic necessarily. Maybe they had some kind of polytheistic understanding. Maybe they had some kind of, idol worship, understanding. But God has always been there. Sometimes they were misguided. Sometimes they didn't have proper understanding. Even sometimes when prophets have come, they started with Tawheed, but people gradually may have deviated. But what is important is you don't find the concept of God missing in any part of the world, in any part of the history of mankind. Human beings automatically have always been thinking about God. And this has been a very important issue in their life. We find that many people, they share even fundamental values. This is something that, inshallah, maybe another time we should speak about it, about, relativism. Those who are relativists, they say that there is no universal value. But this is against what anthropologists tell us. This is against our own experience. We find people in different parts of the world, they hold some fundamental values. Even some philosophers have argued that had it not been that we have certain values in common, humanity was not able to continue. For example, if there was no such value that parents should care for their children, humanity was not able to survive. Why? Because a human child without the care of parents cannot survive. Many animals, as soon as the child is born, can continue. In some animals, maybe for a few days they need care. But then after a few days, they become independent. In some animals, even they don't need few days. For example, they lay egg and then they disappear. Still, it can become the same animal, the same bird. In human beings, we need care of the parents for how many years? In the past, for 10, 12 years. Now you need to care for your children 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. Even when they get married and they have children, especially you have to support them, look after their children, look after their finance, everything. So if human beings had not this idea of it's good to care for your children, we would have disappeared by now. Okay? So these are fitri elements in us that has kept us. Or if the children were not showing love and appreciation to the parents, then the parents would have lost their interest in their children, and then again the care was stopped, then there was no ability for human beings to survive. And this is actually what is happening today. Now, because some children don't show kindness and appreciation to what parents have done, so now some people decide not to become parents. Okay? So in some societies, you see population is into decline. After some years, maybe we have more dogs and cats than children. Because it's easier. You don't need, to be surprised always with the misbehavior of some children. Anyway, so far, Alhamdulillah, humanity has continued. Why? Because there was a value in caring for your children, and there was a value of children showing love and respect and appreciation to their parents. These are fundamental. So, human beings have shared as human beings in different parts of the world, different time, certain values. Those don't become our values, universal values, because of our body. There must be something common between us. That is our soul. That is our essence. In that soul and essence, as we said, there is an understanding of God. And there is also a yearning, a desire for God. Even if someone doesn't feel the connection with God in himself or herself directly, at least he feels the connection with beauty. Okay, who is the most beautiful? You want greatest knowledge. Who is the greatest knowledgeable? You want greatest power. All these are indications of God, whether you understand it or you don't understand it. So the argument from Fitra is based on this. So first, we clarify that in human beings, there is an understanding and also desire for either God directly or for absolute perfection. And we say that can only be fulfilled by God. And whatever is available in all human beings is part of our fabric, is part of our nature, so it has to be true.